Hello. That scene transition is still a little slow on my computer. I gotta get that RAM upgrade. Now on the bright side, I finally figured out how to use studio mode in Streamlabs. Rather, I kind of just discovered it. I haven't done my homework on Streamlabs, so there's still probably a lot that I'm missing. But yeah, now that I found studio mode, I won't be lost with like you know how before I would be like going between scenes and then my avatar wouldn't be loaded yet because it has to load like into the scene. But now I don't have to do that anymore. Now I can just preload it, and you won't see it. That's really good. I like that. I thought surely there had to be some way of doing that, but I wasn't sure. But yeah, I figured it out. Well, I'm gonna jump right into this. Here we go. This is what I've been working on today. Uh, it's a procedural material. I'll go into more of the specifics later once more people have shown up. But here I'll just give a summary. Let's see. So this is okay. This is a tangent function, and you add a sine function. um, Also, you know like these vertical asymptotes where it's just going like up and down like that. Um, this software thinks those are like really jagged edges, so I had to also add like these strips to cover them up. Anyway, it's a bit complicated, as you can see from this network over here. But yeah, this is what I've been working on. See, what I want to do is I want to make a new desktop background to replace this one because it's too bright. It's too bright. I don't think it matches my color scheme. I need a darker one. So that's why we're making this. Oh, the window size got weird again. There we go. So, I suppose we could just jump right in and just mess around with it. As you can see, I've already done a lot of work on it today. Here, I'm gonna look at my backups folder to see how much time I've spent on it. I have no idea. You get really absorbed into it, so you have no idea like how long it takes. It looks like I spent a little over an hour. I guess that's less time than I thought. But yeah, it took a while for me to figure out how to graph stuff in Blender. This is a little harder than. Okay, it probably does look pretty hard, doesn't it? It is pretty hard. That's true. It's pretty hard. But once you figure it out, it becomes less hard, and that's the thing I love about learning. Yeah. So what should we do? I've already done a bunch of stuff with colors and like the graphs. Like these are actually circles that have been offset by like waves, sine waves. I don't know. Should we add something else? How about over here? We could add like a checker pattern here, but I'm trying to stay away from that because Blender has like the software Blender has it has a built-in way of doing checker texture, and I'm kind of challenging myself to not use it to like use see how this like background texture here, it, as I said, it's a bunch of circles that are offset by sine waves. Before that I was thinking, okay, what if we just use a noise texture from Blender, or like a wavy texture, But I thought, no, 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 no. I have to like, I have to work too hard and do it all myself because I want that experience. I also want to be able to say, hey, I made this. This is mine. It's uh yeah. So that's why I went with that. But I wonder, should we make our own checker texture? Maybe not. That's a bad idea. Let's not do that. There are some things that are too hard to program here. Why is that all the way over there? Let's drag this over here. That'll make it a lot neater. So we don't have to scroll as much. There we go. Okay. So I'm thinking, now that we have some squiggles over here, we could also add some patterns on this kind of blank part over here. So let's do that. Although first, here I'm just gonna save and make sure we have a good backup. I'm doing that on my other window because I don't want to mess up and then lose all our progress. Let's see, 8:36 p.m. Okay, and all right. Here we go. So as an example of something that's hard to okay, here's a good example. Look at that background under my window. You see how they're like dots and things moving around and appearing and stuff. That stuff is all like I'm not really sure how I would do that just using pure math. So instead I had to mix in a noise texture, so it's like Blender has some like really complex math stuff going on behind the scenes that can generate noise and like cloud textures and all of these things that would be really hard for me to program really hard. So yeah, that's why most Blender artists just use those. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, so let's load in an image texture. Actually, no. A noise texture. How about a Voronoi? Is that how you say it? I have no idea if that's actually how you say it. But here's what it looks like. It's kind of a blocky thing, and it has all these variables. Like, look at that. Randomness. Okay. Yeah, so we can do all of this stuff with this. But actually, okay, since this is a math stream, I want to just I want to do the same thing as before, where we not literally the same thing. I want to generate a new texture. So how about we take the circle idea and we offset it by something not sinusoidal, so like some kind of other function. I wonder what that'll look like. Let's try that out. First we have to find the code. Well, it's not really code. Well, I mean, it's kind of code. It's like node-based code. Let's see about this. Where is our circle? We need a. It's where the compare node is. Sometimes it's easy to get a little bit lost in your web of nodes. So these node groups are creating. I think those are the circles actually. So that's good. Let's duplicate that, and let's see if we can. Can we make an instance of this, or like a no, ungroup? Ungroup. Okay, there we go. So now we have a brand new kind of clone of the circle thing. So let's just preview it. Now there is a plugin I could use that would make it easier for me to navigate, but I haven't gotten around to that yet. I haven't really had a strong need to do that, but I'll bet it would be good for streams since it speeds it up just a little bit. There we go. Or not. Wait a minute. Wait, that's not good. Oh, okay. We need to put in some variables. So in this case, let's see. We need scale. Oh no. Okay. I'm just gonna duplicate these. Now we just need to. How about we just kind of look. Okay, this looks bad. I don't want this to be the first thing people see when they come on the stream. It's just like a blank white screen. No. We need this beautiful artwork. Self-proclaimed beautiful. I'm just kidding. How do you do this? I think it's. Let's see. Edit group is tab. Okay. So we have 3 of them that go in like. Wait a minute. Okay, so the top 3 go down at that multiply, and then 2 of them go out straight like that. Okay, I'll see if I can remember that. I still don't know how to exit out. Is it tab? Okay, there we go. Nice. I've already forgotten. Okay, so that one goes over. Okay. Okay, second one goes down. So second scale goes down, like that. Is that right? No, that's not right. Okay, and then I think this one goes over here, and then this one goes over. Uh-oh, resized it on accident. I'm gonna move these over so it's a little neater. There we go. Well, not really. Okay, here we go. This one goes over to the add node, so let's throw that over there, and then this one goes over to the 3rd value on the compare node. So we're gonna ooh, it looks like we've gotten a little confused. It looks like there are 3 and they're going the wrong way. Uh-oh. This is slightly more complicated than I hope, but that's okay. Yeah. Okay, so we're actually looking at these 3. 1, 2, 3. So the top one, okay. Second one goes down to the multiply. So we're gonna detach this one, and we're going to attach this one, or not. Actually, we're gonna put this one over here, and also, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The fifth one goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It goes up to the separate XYZ. So we're gonna do that. There we go. And let's see, we have multiply, and then we have the compare node. So this one goes multiply, this one goes compare, like that. Are the other 2 also multiply nodes? Let's see. Let's check that out. That one was the multiply. That's compare. That's multiply. And then that one's also multiply. Okay, I think we've gotten it figured out. So now, let's preview what this looks like. I want to see what this brand new node network looks like. We're gonna make a little variation on our little sinusoidal polka dot thingy. So here, let's check this out. What does that look like? Great, we did it. Okay, so now I want to make some variations. So as you can see, there are actually 2 different directions. We have our here we have a vertical version, and here we have a horizontal version. What I did is I just like switched the like the axes that it's looking at. Yeah, that's pretty much all I did. So yeah, you can see how I did it right there. This little X you can see is switching. Um, so in this case, I think actually what we want is to skip that switch and just go directly over here like that. Let's see what this looks like. Just gonna slowly drag. Nah, nah, nah. Wait. Click. There we go. Ooh. Okay, we might need to change our frequency. Wait a minute. Something is amiss. Object. Ooh, okay. I think I see the problem. Or do I? Wait a minute. Object. Okay, and then that goes over to separate, and then X. Okay. It might be. Oh, okay. I see what it is. It's because we also need to wire this one over here. Okay. So this one's gonna go like that. Yay, we did it. Okay. So now we have our horizontal. Ooh, my arms got switched. But we have our horizontal wavy thing. So what I want to do is okay. So this currently is based on taking a bunch of dots, like circles, and just like displacing them by a wave. A wave like this. Oh. And so I want to try something else. Let's try a different shape. All right. Let's try, instead of using sine, let's use tangent. Look at that. That's kind of interesting. It's like, it kind of looks like my straw, right? It's kind of like stripes. But we can also change the frequency through this slider. Look at that. So here you can see the dots, like that, and we can change the way it's offsetting them. So that creates an interesting look. I kind of like that. So okay, I want to see if we can incorporate this into our previous design. So so we have all of this. I want to. Oops, it looks like I I got a little bit confused with my hotkeys. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I switched my mute key because the one I was using stopped working. So that's pretty weird. Switched layers too. That's not good. Okay, wait. We can fix this. It'll be fast. Just need to switch layers, which I normally never do, but okay, Control Z. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, everything's fixed now. Except there's a sign that says muted. Wait a minute. I'm just gonna look at my hotkeys and figure out which key I replaced it with. I thought it was H. No. Okay, it's just 0. Okay. In that case. Okay, there we go. We fixed it. Okay. Now back to the math. Oh, wait a minute. Did I mute myself again? How did that happen? Anyway, okay, I want to put this pattern on top over here. So to do that, let's see. First, I want to group this, so it's a lot less messy. So there we go. Now I have a little group. Very good. And I'd like to well, maybe not though, because it doesn't have the output yet. Okay, so we can keep that expanded for now. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take the output. I think it's over here. We have the backgrounds that kind of goes behind all of this, and I want to add another mix node here. Ooh, that's an interesting one. But for now, let's just go with that. And let's try using this. So this is like the factor variable, and it tells you how much to mix something. So we can mix whatever was already there with black by this amount. So there we go. But I don't want it to be black circles. So to fix that, we can change this color right here. Let's see. We can also we can do like a gradient thing. So here we can do, let's see, texture coordinate. This tells us like kind of where we are. So we can get the x-axis value, or any other axis values. Yeah. I want to multiply it. So let's get a math node. And here we're gonna we're gonna go over here, and that's not what I wanted at all, but that's okay. We need separate XYZ because we only want to look at the x-axis, and we also need a divide node because we want it to be more spread out. So we're gonna like divide the value like that. So now it's like a smooth gradient. And now instead of adding, let's see about this. Instead of adding the x-axis value, I want to multiply it. Or maybe not. That might actually not be right. Wait, I have to think about this a little. So we want to make sure that, okay, I think we need a clamp. But that might not be actually what we want. So what we want to do is, see it's already kind of working this way. In fact, this might actually be good. We could just, something we could do is we can just shift it over. Actually, this would go over here. So we're gonna add an offset at the beginning. So like when you add something to the input, it kind of, it makes it have to add more to catch up. That's always how I think of offsets in math. Yeah. Ooh, okay, we also need it to be negative. So here we're gonna, I think, should we put the negative before or after? Let's put it after. Yeah. Multiply by -1. And there we go, now it's going the other way. And now we can just shift it over so it kind of fits in. Nice. Alright, okay. So now let's change the color. I want to change that color. Let's do a color ramp. So with color ramp we can like interpolate between like different colors. So it's really good for gradients. That's what I've been using for these gradients. And what you do over here is you take the x value like this. In fact, we could probably we could probably just take this output right here, and or maybe this one, and use that as our factor. And then that's how we're gonna interpolate between these colors. So now it's going between white and black, but I don't like that. So let's go. Let's change it a little bit. Yeah, there we go. See, now it's more of a red. Or on the other side, we can change from white to maybe a blue. Although I think that kind of it kind of messes up the color scheme a little bit. So that's why I also want to. Um, we might want to do some more with the fade. So instead of just fading out here, we could add another fade on the other side, or we could just dim the whole thing in general. So we how about we try that? We can add a subtract node, so that way it's just kind of offsetting. So this is gonna be subtract, and yeah, there we go. So that way it just kind of dims it a little bit, and then when we offset it, we can bring it over a little bit, like that. Yeah. Cool. All right. So now I do think this color change looks a little jarring to me right here, like this one between the purple and blue. I like the purple and orange transition here, but I'm not sure about this one. I'm not so sure about that. So how about we could probably change that just by changing the colors a little bit. So to do that, we can just go to this color ramp over here. Is this the right one? I think it is. Let's change this one a little bit. Yeah. So we can do that. Or we can add just another notch here to make it kind of fade in a little more. Yeah, like this. Oop. Yeah. Yeah. How about a little more blue? Kind of like that. Sometimes you have to really play around with it to tell will look good. Such is the life of an artist. Okay. What if we move this over a little bit? So this is moving it closer to the right, it looks like. And this, okay, so it's like reverse directions. I think that's better. I think that looks pretty good. Now what about the black in the background? By the way, YouTube. YouTube. Okay, here we go. Music is starting again. I wanna. Okay, should we change that background a little bit? It's right now. It's just black circles, right? So maybe we should change it to something a little more sparkly. There is a texture we could add that would make it sparkly, but since this is a math stream, I want to do everything procedurally. So we could do, ooh, here's a thought. Those look like stars. Those look like stars, so we could maybe turn that into a starry texture. So let's try that. I want to try it. So what we're gonna do is copy this again. Let's see, this is all kind of separate. I'm just gonna kind of squash these together a little bit so that they take up less space. And this is the node network that we really care about here. Let's see. So we want to take the portion that does the dots, and we want to copy that. So um, let's see. So this is where we have our offset, and we're adding that to the input. We're offsetting it. As you can see, we're offsetting it on the z-axis, so that's kind of up and down. Yes, it's not the y-axis. I get that confused pretty often, but yeah. Well, I guess you could rotate it to be in the y-axis, but I don't know. Okay. So this is the part that I think we care about, but we're gonna have to copy it and see. We need to see if this is really what we're looking for. So let's grab this and pull it over here and see what it looks like. It looks like darkness, so that's not right. It looks like we actually have a value missing here. That could be a problem. Oh, we also have a node missing over here, a very important one, so that explains part of it. So let's just wait a minute. Let's add that node to our collection. And I think that's it. I think that's all we need. Let's try this. If we add or if we replace our current artwork, there we go. We just have some nice polka dots. Hey, Doki. Hi, Doki. It's great to see you. Great to see you, Doki. Yeah, I was working on this a lot earlier today, and I thought I should finally do a math art stream because I finally figured out how to do it. So yeah, that's what we're doing. So here we have some polka dots, and I'm gonna invert it. I want to invert this because you could see it was white dots with black stars in between. Ooh, that's wrong. There we go. Doki says, heck yes, technical art. I'm glad you like it. Or I'm glad you like that concept. I definitely like the concept. I think it's really cool. It's a lot of fun for me. Yeah. So these kind of look like white stars. I want to see if we can kind of smash them together a little bit more so that they look more like stars. So let's see about frequency. I guess we don't need that. Scale. So we're gonna have to unlink some of these. So let's see what happens if we. I think if we. So this one deals with offsets. Ooh, look at that. That looks pretty interesting. But yeah. We could also change this value. So that's like the offset within these tiles. And then finally we have the scale. Which I think, wait a minute. There we go. Okay, so this is what we need. So, oh, wait, I undid it on accident. Here we go. Wait, almost there, almost there. Okay, stars. We have stars now. So look at those stars. We now have stars. So let's add the stars into our artwork. So before we had this, and I wanna replace these black parts over here with the starry texture. So let's see about this. I think what we're gonna need to do is take this star kind of cluster node cluster thingy, and we're gonna drag it over somewhere. We need to find the part that controls these, and these are just circles that are offset by sine waves. So where are they? I think, okay, it's over here. So these are uh, this is where we're doing it. So we need to drag this over here, and then maybe ungroup this, which is going to be slightly messy, but that's okay. Let's ungroup it. So now we have like a more complicated thing. It's a bit of a mess. Okay, maybe we don't need to do that, because I think we're actually dealing with the texture after that. So over here, so we have the color here, and right now it's just black, but let's replace it. So we're gonna drag this node over here, like that. Yeah. So right now it looks kind of weird. It looks pretty weird. So let's make some changes. I wanna change it so that it kind of smooths it with a gradient. So to do that, let's just get our coordinates, and let's see. Okay, so right now we're controlling the blending based on this node group, but we can multiply it by something new. So we're gonna multiply it. So now we can control like how severe it is. Ooh. So we can control the strength, and we can control that based on the coordinates. So here we're gonna do separate XYZ. So now we can separate based on the X coordinate. And there we go, now we have a gradient. So now we need another divide node so that we can spread out the gradient. So here we're gonna take our X value, and then I think this time I'm just gonna use a multiply node. I like using those. And here we can just have a nice constant like that. So we have a nice gradual fade. Very good, very good. And now I want to shift it over. So in order to do that, we need to add an offset that applies to the input. Doki says, "I'm watching, by the way, casting out my teeth. I'm currently sewing." Ooh, I've never actually tried sewing before. I'd really like to try. It seems kind of difficult and time consuming. But yeah, that would be really cool if I could make my own fashionable, stylish clothes. Yeah. Alright, so we're gonna add an offset. So the way we're gonna do that is we're gonna add another math node and turn it to an add node. And now we can just offset it like this. So I think we wanna add, we wanna kind of drag it over here. Now, okay, there is one problem right now, which is that we've forgotten, or I've forgotten specifically, that actually this isn't controlling the blending of the stars, it's controlling the blending of the squiggles. So that's a problem. That's why it looks kind of weird right now. We need to adjust that. Oh, Doki says, "Yeah, it's hard, but I gotta finish this blanket tonight." Ooh, a blanket. That's fun. Alright. I feel the need to make this look better so people don't think I'm bad at art. Yeah. It's a work in progress right now. So we need to make the stars have the gradient, not the color in the background. So in order to do that, let's see about this. We originally had this connecting down there, and we want to mix in this new thing. So how about we just, here, we're gonna go back to how it was before. In fact, I kind of like to get rid of this, of the stars, just so you can see what it looks like before. No, not like that. No. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. So we need to control the mixing of the stars specifically. So to do that, see what we're doing is we're mixing in the stars with that based on this factor, which is it's controlling the squiggles. So the squiggles are actually kind of being added in on top of this mixture. Or wait. Oh yeah, this okay. So it gets a little confusing. This is a big complicated network. So this is controlling the stars right here. So I'm actually going to detach that for a moment. This is what it looked like before. For those of you who just arrived, but I wanted to make it a little more sparkly, so that's why we're adding these sparkles. But right now it just looks kind of overwhelming. So what we're gonna do is add another gradient so that they kind of fade in. Yeah. So if that bottom color is the stars, then see, what we need to do is we need to change the way that it's applied. So right now, let's see, this is being added to the, okay, yeah, because this is the background that we're applying. So actually I think what we need to do is just do this completely separately, because it was black but now it's black and white. So we can just add in our texture coordinate over here. So these are our coordinates, and we have our separate XYZ, and we have our object, and now we have our x-axis, and now we're gonna multiply. So here we have math. We have multiply. We're going to multiply by our x-axis. So that creates a gradient. And so now that's kind of like a sudden switch, so we need to divide it. So that way it's smaller changes. Little increments are smaller. There we go. See, that's a nice faded out gradient. Still looks a little messy. So what if instead we actually get rid of the squiggles in the parts that have the stars, so we can switch from squiggles to stars? That might be a cleaner way of doing it, because right now it looks like there's kind of too much going on. Unless we put the stars on top, that might actually be a good idea. I kind of like that. We could try out both. But I like that second idea. Let's try that. So in order to do that, we need to switch our approach. See, this bottom part right here is controlling the background, which was black initially. But what we need to do is instead, I think maybe start with black, but then add something on top. So right now we're just gonna add, and we'll make the addition white. That looks really bad right now. So far, there we go. Okay. So now we're gonna connect that, and so now the star texture is controlling it. There we go. That looks a lot cleaner, doesn't it? So now I have the stars going on top. Nice. So it might still be good if we kind of fade it out a little bit, the squiggles. So that way there's not too much chaos. But we can have kind of a gradual overlap. So in order to do that, let's see. The squiggles are coming from this factor variable right here. So what we need to do is multiply this. So So we're gonna do pretty much the same thing we just did. We're gonna multiply to get like a gradient. So this is kind of like, it's kind of like the amplitude, the severity. So let's get our I'm just gonna make a new one. Okay, texture coordinate, and we're gonna get our object coordinates and our separate XYZ. And there we go. Nope. There's so many nodes everywhere. Okay, so the object coordinates go in like this. Then we have the x coordinate. And there we go, we have another gradient. And now we need another divide so we can smooth it out. Okay, and then we also need to shift it over. So let's just add another offset. And we also need to like flip it around. So here we're gonna we're gonna multiply by -1. There we go. And yeah, okay, so now it's a little bit severe. See, we can see the squiggles over here, but then they immediately get wiped out like this. So that's why we need to move it. So we're gonna give it that offset. There we go. Look at that. So now it's like it fades into a nice starry night. Yeah. I wonder if we should make the fade diagonal instead of just vertical. Would that be a good idea? I don't know. Although we should probably end the stream soon. I'm a little bit short on time today, you see. But yeah, we got some cool stuff done. I didn't expect we get all this done. We got this tangent polka dots, orange tangent polka dots added here. We added in stars. Ooh, we could change the colors of the stars too. So that's something we could do later. What's another thing? That might. Oops, I muted myself again. That's not good. I just realized why I'm doing that. It's because Blender has the same keyboard shortcut that my microphone does. There we go. Okay. Well, I guess we're done for today. I think I'm gonna switch over to just talking. Maybe we can talk a little bit before we go. And I'm gonna be off. I'm gonna watch another VTuber coming back from hiatus. We might do a collab in the future, actually. Their name is Cosmic Tanuki, my Japanese is not actually that good, so I can't tell if that's exactly how you pronounce it. Oh well. Yes, they're coming back from hiatus today. So I'm gonna go watch. Oops. Wait a minute. Streamlabs is lagging again. Uh-oh. Is it doing that on your side? I can't really tell. I can never tell. The chaos of Streamlabs. So, how are all of you doing? How are you? I'm gonna type in the chat. How are all of you? And then I'm gonna add an emote. Let's add a sapphire heart. And I will be back with more of these streams in the future if you'd like to come back. I think today, I don't know, there are days when I just stand at my computer and work on these projects all day. Today has been one of those days. I was like, okay, I'm gonna make a new desktop background. So I just worked in Blender for a while. Actually, it didn't take as long as I thought. I guess it only took an hour to get where we were at the start. So that's surprisingly not as long as I expected. I guess I don't know. Sometimes I'm productive. Sometimes. I'm actually okay. I'm gonna switch back and I just want to render it, and I want to just I want you all to watch me just like make it my new background. We're probably going to make some improvements here. We're probably going, oh, Windows being weird. No, the window, hey. So this is our image. Oh, Lurking, hi Lurking. Good to hear you're doing well. So this is what we made today. Cool. I want to save this. We're gonna save this in we're gonna add a renders folder. You can't see it right now. Renders. Here, I'm gonna call this January 12th, 2021 at 9:21 p.m. And this is gonna be our new desktop background. Alright, and now we can close Blender. Okay, so look at this bright background back here. It's way too bright. This is the one I made, I think, before I started streaming a few weeks ago, or wait, was it like 4 or 5 weeks ago? I don't know. It's been a while. But yeah, I made this before I started streaming, but now I think it looks pretty bad, so I'm gonna change it. The colors are kind of weird and watery. And they don't really match the color palette I've established for my theme, so that's why. Let's switch it out. Look at this. I'm just gonna minimize this a little bit. Let's watch it switch. Okay, this is exciting. We're gonna wait, how do you do this? Set as desktop background. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Yay! We did it. Look at that. Look at that fancy background. Whoa. I like it way better. It definitely fits a lot better with my theme, I think, because it's darker. So yeah, at first I was thinking I might go with like a pastel kind of color theme. Because like, see my pink bow tie, and I have like whipped cream on my head, and cyan glowy eyes, and yeah, but I like these kind of more purpley, like, I don't know, how do you call it? I guess like vaporwave. is that the style? Something like that. Yeah, I like that. So yeah, that's my new color palette. Well, all right. I guess we're done. Maybe later. Okay, probably the next thing we'll do will be a different project, so it won't be for desktop background. But we will come back to art math. Here, some of you may have seen. Okay, I apologize for how many windows I have open. I'm sure many of you are like yelling at me for that. I don't know how it happened. Sometimes it just happens. So I think some of you saw the cardioids. Okay, I'm gonna forget about this. I'm gonna Google search it. Cardioid. Cardio. Okay, how about polar coordinates? So I love polar coordinates. You can do cool things. I'm not gonna like go on too long about it like I did last time, but ooh. But this is what we're gonna maybe do next time. I want to try doing some polar coordinates. You can do spirals. Wait, I'm not seeing any good examples. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Here's a good one. We can do flowers. Polar coordinates are good for making flowers. You can make hearts like this. It's a cardioid. You can do like weird things like that. Yeah, there's all kinds of cool stuff, and you can animate them too. So I think that would be a really cool next project. So yeah. Lurking says, "Thank you for having us." Well, thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. Yeah, it's really great to see all of you again. Yeah, this was really fun. And I hope to see you in the next stream. Unless you can't make it. That's okay. But yeah, yeah, we're gonna do some cool math stuff soon. Alright. Okay, I'm gonna go now. Okay. Chaihi. Goodbye. Goodbye. Chai. There. Wait a minute. There's that window sound. There we go. That's